Yes, hello, Arnie Roth, composer and dirigent of Final Fantasy Distant World concert. Thank you for taking your time here with us at CtrlAltElite.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Can I ask you some questions?
Yes, please.
The first Distant World concert tour kicked off here in Sweden. What made you pick Sweden as the first location?
Some of it is history because I've had a long relationship with the Royal Stockholm Philharmonic, both with our first, of course, our first Distant Worlds concert. The world premiere of that concert was done here in December of 2007, I think it was. And so we thought it would be a lovely full circle to be able to introduce all this new material from our second record, because we recorded that here as well in January. So also I must say, driving a lot of this is that Stefan Forsberg, the director of the Royal Stockholm Philharmonic, really believes in the importance of bringing in this community to the concert hall. And the orchestra really, truly, honestly loves playing these scores and working with us. So it's very difficult to pass up that kind of synergy and people that really want to do it. It's a great pleasure, to work with them. So I'm happy. I'm excited about being able to premiere that here.
You first started touring with Play, the video game symphony. What made you focus on a sole Final Fantasy tour and not only one, since this is Distant World 2?
Yeah, actually, let's go back a little further. Play came after I toured already with Final Fantasy with Dear Friends. The Dear Friends tour, which was in the United States, I conducted 7 or 8 concerts in 2005. And so I had done that already. Of course, I've conducted a lot of orchestras before that and since then with other programs. But that was my first meeting Nobuo Uematsu and the people at Square Enix. And my first experience conducting video game music was Dear Friends. And after that, it kind of expanded into other things. For instance, my involvement with Thomas Becker and the WDR and several of the concerts that we've done in Cologne, Symphonic Shades, the music of Chris Hulsbeck, Symphonia Dramatica that we did here in Stockholm as well, and the music of Yoko Shimomura and others. And then, yes, there was Play as well, which that was my first concert here with the Royal Stockholm. So things developed after that, but I've been involved with that. And then, of course, the great honor was when Square Enix asked me to come to Japan and conduct the Voices concert there, which was their own, presented by Square Enix, their own concert. So I've had experience conducting both in Japan for Square Enix and doing their tours. The second part of your question was what prompted Distant Worlds, started that. That's kind of an interesting one because we knew that it's very clear to me, having conducted the music of all these other composers and all over the world, both with Play and other places, that the music of Final Fantasy is somewhat unique in terms of the way the fans of the game, Final Fantasy, are devoted fans of the music. This is not the case with all video games, of course. Super Mario Brothers is fun, yeah, but I wouldn't say that the fans of all the various Nintendo Super Mario Brothers games are necessarily music fans, necessarily. They like it, but it's not the same kind of devotion to the music that Final Fantasy fans have. I'm not saying one is better than another, but the interesting thing is that the Final Fantasy book, the amount of music in Final Fantasy over the many years, 20 years, is tremendous. I mean, just huge volumes of music, and a lot of it very, very good. And so I think the fans have kind of grown up very devoted to this, fans for 10, 20, 30 years. And that made it more possible to develop a music concert series solely devoted to Final Fantasy. And we've found this proven over and over again now as we go around the world. We get the same reaction, whether I'm conducting in Stockholm or Chicago, New York, LA, For instance, when I leave here, starting in July, we do 2 concerts of Distant Worlds with the San Francisco Symphony. Then we do 1 concert with the San Diego Symphony, and 1 concert with the Houston Symphony, 1 concert with the National Symphony in Washington, D.C. That's all July. And we get the same sellout and the same reaction in every one of these cities. Then we go to Seoul, Korea. We were just there in January. Again, fantastic 2 sold-out shows. And the fans are really there for the music. We show video screen, and it's fun, but it's not the critical thing. The important thing on this concert is really the music, and they're there to hear this music live. So we have some premieres here in Stockholm that we've brought to this concert tonight that we've never done before. For instance, we'll be doing the music of Final Fantasy XIII for the first time here. We're doing a medley of 2 big pieces. Of course, The Promise, which is one of the main songs from there. And we're also doing a piece called Fang's Theme, right? So it's a beautiful piece of music by Hamauzu. So we do that medley. We'll also be giving people a special sneak peek at Final Fantasy XIV. We have music from that by Nobuo Uematsu, and again, a medley of 2 pieces, plus video footage from the game, from both of these games. So this is very exciting. We get to do that here. And another piece that I'm premiering here, we recorded on the new record, Geneva, which was never orchestrated, of course. It was always a rock band, basically. And also Dancing Mad, the very famous battle, was never orchestrated. And so we get to play Dancing Mad here. And here, I just finished this last week, the Tier 4 music. So it's very difficult, but it's this kind of speed metal section in the middle of Dancing Mad. Yeah. Do you know this section? We're playing it in the orchestra. Oh. So we orchestrated that. Last time I played Dancing Mad, we skipped that. We were all scared of it. But now we do it here tomorrow night, so I'm excited about it.